Decaffeinated decaf coffee is coffee that has had at least 97% of its caffeine removed. There are several methods to decaffeinate coffee, but I'll provide an overview of the most common ones. Direct solvent method, process. Green coffee beans are steamed for several hours. The beans are then rinsed with a solvent, typically either methylene chloride or ethyl acetate, that binds to the caffeine molecules. The solvent is then drained away. This process is usually repeated multiple times to ensure the removal of as much caffeine as possible. Finally, the beans are steamed again to remove any remaining solvent. Note: ethyl acetate is sometimes referred to as the natural method because it exists in fruits and is used in this method when derived from natural sources. Swiss water process. Process. Green coffee beans are soaked in hot water to dissolve the caffeine. The water is then passed through an activated charcoal filter. The large caffeine molecules get trapped in the filter, while smaller oil and flavor molecules remain in the water. The caffeine-free water, now saturated with flavor compounds, is used to soak a new batch of green coffee beans. Since the water already contains the flavor molecules, only the caffeine migrates to the water, leaving the flavor in the beans. The process is repeated until the beans are 99.9% caffeine-free. Note: this method is chemical-free and often preferred for organic coffee. Carbon dioxide, CO2, method, process. Green coffee beans are soaked in water. The beans are then exposed to supercritical CO2, which has properties of both a liquid and a gas. The CO2 binds to the caffeine, extracting it from the beans. The CO2 is then separated into a gas phase, leaving the caffeine behind. This caffeine can then be sold to soft drink manufacturers or pharmaceutical companies. Note: this method is effective and doesn't use potentially harmful solvents, but it's more expensive and typically used for large batches of commercial-grade coffee. Each decaffeination process has its pros and cons concerning cost, environmental impact, and effect on the coffee's flavor. Regardless of the method, however, decaf coffee generally retains the same antioxidants and essential nutrients as regular coffee, just without the majority of the caffeine.